Tonight on the Gun and Gear Review podcast, we dedicate this episode to Zane and his love of the 22 long rifle. Once again, of TriggerCon, Zane still hates the 22 long rifle. Zane is wrong. Tony is getting ready for an August diversity shoot, and Sean might drop in later. So, welcome Insider Gun and Gear Review podcast, episode 192. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else the gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive on a unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Chad Wallace from the work, your source for broadcasts for shooters, hunters, and all things firearms related.
Woohoo! We got through it.
I gotta start this thing over because it's not recording my voice.
Dude, is it me or is he robot in bag time?
All right, I thought it was me.
No.
Was I?
Oh, yeah, you were like, Damo Arigato, Mr. Roboto.
Yeah, you were in and out a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, I gotta restart this thing. At least the video's running. People can get a hang out of this thing or something.
Oh, man, this is like the best part of the show.
It's a Chad drinking game. He's
All right.
taking over for Jake.
You guys need to drink, so let me try recording myself again here.
Well, you just want to record me doing it?
No.
But it came out bad.
On the Gun and Gear Review podcast, we dedicate this episode to Zane and his long rifle. Reminds us once again of TriggerCon. Zane still has 22 long rifle. Rob says Zane is wrong. Tony is getting reversed. Sean might join us later. Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 192. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else the gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Chad Wallace from the Firearms Radio Network, podcast for shooters, hunters, and all things firearms related. Tonight, we have with us Rob, Tony, Zane, and of course, me. Like I said, Sean might be here later. So, who wants to get started with what they did in firearms?
I'll start. What did I do in firearms? Oh, okay. This week in firearms, Wednesday, was at the range. Shot the 10-22 again. Someone had tiles, small bathroom tiles, out on the range, and they were shooting them at 100 with their scoped AR-15. And when they went out to get their target, they left a couple. So they were like, hey, if you want to shoot them, you can. What are you using? And I was like, Ruger 10-22, iron sights. Come in closer, you can probably hit something. So, of course, I proceeded to, crack it with a 10-22 with iron sights at 100 yards because who you think you talking to? But
humble brag.
No humble brag.
Yeah, that's like humble pie right there.
I'm not humble at all about it. It's easy. It's the fundamentals, man. Come on. Same thing you do at 25, you do at 100.
Yeah, you just aim a little higher with the 22.
No, actually, it was straight on. What else did I do? Yeah, I didn't experience any bullet drop. Guy had a custom built AR-15. I mean, not AR-15. I'm sorry, AK-47 that he put together himself with just a lot of custom parts, and including an ALG trigger. I took a couple of pictures of it and took some video of it, but that was a lot of fun. And then Sunday we had our Justifiable Force training. We hosted them at the Range 14 when they did Home Defender handgun class, which is going over New Jersey self-defense law, what gives you the right to actually use deadly force. So we went over deadly force law. We ran scenarios, asked a bunch of questions, and people learned a lot during the class. So that's what we did this week in guns. Oh, yeah. And I'll be posting the picture because Sean gave me a custom T-shirt with his Deflagrator T-shirt. Yeah.
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 So he gave me the
shirt. Yeah. He gave me the shirt. And it's just like everyone else's, except on the back it says, I hate this shirt.
Oh, sweet.
There you go.
So I'll be posting pictures of it tomorrow morning so everybody can check it out on Simon Says Train on Instagram. Fun.
Nice.
And we learned a lot, and I got to shoot a real cool AK. You know what I have not shot yet? AK-45, I never shot an AK-74, I don't think. I think I really want. Oh, actually, I have shot one. I shot a Krebs Custom AK-74.
Well,
those better.
Okay.
I
now
kind of
that
like
it's
those
hard to
better
get
than
ammo.
it's not really hard to get ammo. It's just more expensive to get ammo.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
So what did you other guys do?
I went to a Friends of NRA banquet in one of the neighboring towns from me. Didn't win anything or buy anything, but I went and
Yeah.
did a little pest control around my house. That's about it.
Pest control.
Pest
So does
control.
that involve a 22
Nope.
pistol and a suppressor?
Does not involve anything 22.
It involves a baseball bat.
Man.
My
baseball
pest
bat,
control.
moccasins.
I live out in the middle of nowhere, so my pest control includes 12 gauges and 9 mils. That's about it.
Okay. Well, I didn't do anything, so we'll go to Rob, who knows what he did.
Actually, between work, the weather, crap I got at the house, I have not had time to go to the range at all for the last week and a half. I've been between the podcast and traveling with work. It's just been a real mess with my life. So, nada.
Yeah. Sure, blame the podcast. Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, well, no, I blame podcasts, I blame my wife, and I blame work for not being able to go to the gun range. Plus, Florida, now's the time. If you're out in the range early in the morning, either in the afternoon, it's too blasted hot or it's too blasted wet.
Okay.
And the ranges I go to are outside, and I do not want to get like shooting in a monsoon. So,
okay. Well, like I said, I didn't do anything, so we'll get straight into the announcements. The bandwidth sponsor is Patriot Patch Co. New patches for pre-order of the month if you want to join. It's the same pre-orders as last week. The AR-15 podcast patch, the recovery vehicle patch, Gambler 500 shirts, recovery vehicle shirt, and the Six Semper Tyrannis shirt are all still available for pre-order. Plus all the other cleaning mats and other stuff they have in stock. You can always buy that stuff, which will help everybody out, I think. Oh, and here we go. You can catch me and Ryan at TriggerCon, July 27th through 30th. So when this, we will be there. I hear if you whisper Magpul in Ryan's ear, you might get a hug. We have our listener support program. You can go to the firearmsradio.tv pledge gun gear review podcast and pledge if you would like to do that. You can also support the other shows on the network at just firearmsradio.tv/pledge.
but why would you want to? This is the show you need to support.
I know that. So yeah. You can also support the network by shopping on Amazon using our affiliate links, the firearmsradio.tv/Amazon. Sean's not here. We don't know if there's a coupon code for Black Bag Resources, but there is the Simon Says Train coupon code that anything that you buy with that code gets given straight to Tony for the 2A for E diversity shoot. And because I didn't feel like doing anything, there is no product review, even though Rob wrote one, and I have to get it posted, and then he'll discuss it. So we're having a basic 22 long rifle show tonight.
I'm sorry, I'm not good enough to do a review on air.
Or we'll get to you.
Lord. You guys are in trouble.
Uh-huh.
Now, wait a minute. Next week, we're not having a show, right?
Correct. Ryan did say that there's a chance that him and I might record like a quick show of what we saw at TriggerCon, but I don't know if that's actually going to happen or not. So essentially, There's no show next week.
Cool.
But like I said, 22 long rifle show tonight. And first up, Masterpiece Arms 22BA. The Masterpiece Arms, 22 bolt action precision rifle basically is what this thing is. It's got a huge description on their website. It's 22 long rifle, caliber .222 Winchester Magnum and 17 HMR through a barrel change. The CZ 455 action. It has a 920 straight stainless barrel made by Spencer MP Masterpiece Arms. The chassis is the Masterpiece Arms CZ455 BA chassis. Here is an upgraded CZ455. It's 1 to 3 pounds. You set it to your preference. It does have a trigger shoe on the trigger to make it wider and more comfortable. It uses CZ455 10-round polymer magazines. It comes with a built-in bubble level, which is kind of cool. A thumb notch in the stock to if you like resting your thumb there. Their new enhanced vertical grip, which basically looks like a straight up and down AR style grip. And it also has a 25 MOA Picatinny scope base on it. I guess the barrel is hand lapped. It's pull button rifled. So it's probably a decent one. It is air gauged to within thousandths. So there's that, which is a good thing for precision barrel. The chassis, he made a 6061 aluminum, has some V bedding system, adjustable buttstock and cheek riser, so you can adjust the length of pull. I don't know what this spigot mount with lower mounted pick rail is, so we'll have to guess on that one. It has a user locatable barricade stop moving on the front fore end. Already mentioned the bubble level and the grip. We mentioned the trigger. It does come with a rifle case and the whole thing, 0.2 pounds just for the chassis. It doesn't give the total rifle weight, but I'm guessing probably around 5 pounds, somewhere around there. You can get different barrel lengths if you'd like. It's a standard 1 16, threaded if you want. Bag rider for if you're shooting off a rear bag. 8 to 12 weeks to get. And the price on this baby for the MSRP is $1,599. Now that I got through all that, I will let other people decide what they want to say about it.
I have a CZ455, and this uses the CZ455 action. This also uses a bull barrel that's air gauged. This is pretty much the top of the line precision 22 for like $1,500 in a 12-week waiting period. The 455. Now, I haven't been able to do this with the iron sights, but I've heard about people getting 1-inch groups with, depends on the ammo they use at 100 yards with this thing. They get an MOA.
You know, I'll go with you there because I have a CZ455 also. Mm-hmm. It happens to be the youth model, so it's a little shorter barrel and rifle. And with the open sights, pretty good accuracy out of it. So I believe just the action itself is probably a good platform that they decided to build this on. Sometimes finding magazines is a little difficult. Yeah. But being a bolt action, you can always single load it if you're at the range, but if you're shooting some competition, you probably want the 10-round magazine.
Also, of all the things it also has the Yo Dave upgraded trigger.
Oh, that's important, man.
Yeah, because the trigger pulls between 1 and 3 pounds that you can set this thing to. And the Yo Dave trigger, now from what I looked up and checked it out, it comes with like 3 different trigger springs and 3 different you can mix and match those to get the trigger pull that you want. And again, all of this is like for $1,600. I'm thinking this is just pretty dang cool.
Yeah, the only thing, so it sounds like the trigger is not adjustable on the fly. Like some of them you can, use a screw or a Allen wrench and tighten or loosen it. But this one sounds like you got to take the gun apart to actually put the springs in there and then shoot it, right?
Yeah, this one you have to take it out of the chassis and adjust. But when it comes to precision rifles, you're not changing that at the range anyway.
True. Yeah, well, that'd be one of those set to 1 pound and leave it.
Yeah, I mean, this will set it at a poundage and leave it. Yeah.
Set it to 1 pound, polish a few parts in there that connect to each other. Make see. Oh, no, I never say to try to miss. Well, if you're doing precision rifle, it doesn't matter, I guess.
They're probably already polished to get it to that weight.
Pretty much.
I like this. The spec total rifle weight, 22-inch barrel.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to review their webpage.
Well, the other thing is, if you click on additional information, it says it's 15 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't think it's 15 pounds.
Oh, okay.
Man, that's.
I wouldn't think it weigh 15 pounds. Oh, when I click on it.
Shipping weight.
And you can also choose. Go ahead.
Hey, could somebody answer me one question though? What the heck color is NRA blue?
Oh, it's like a
bright
really
blue
bright blue. It's a bright blue. It's the picture, dude.
I mean, isn't it like that?
But
the debate we had last week about was it gunmetal or metallic?
Manatee gray.
Manatee gray.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, NRA blue. They have their own color, bright blue.
But you can get it in, which I didn't mention, in a bunch of other colors: black, burnt bronze, FDE for Ryan, marine red, sniper green.
That's called scarlet, by the way. Marine Corps red is scarlet.
Yeah. So, we have all that. Yeah.
And it also comes in a youth model with a shorter length of pull.
Does it? Just an adjustable stock.
No, they have an adjustable stock, but according to them now, remember, these are the same people that said it weighs 15 pounds. They say there's a youth model available.
Oh, okay.
The length of pull on this, 1.5 and 14 3/4, and then it says youth model available.
I see that now. Which, the youth model must be less.
11 to 12 inches, probably. Who knows?
I'm on this one. If you want a top of the line bolt action 22, maybe as a trainer for your precision rifle or just to shoot some precision 22 matches, it's probably one of the better options. I mean, you get a chassis, you get decent. So basically, nobody's probably going to kill it except maybe Zane, who loves 22s.
Hey, if you're trying to shoot tiny little groups for as cheap as possible, maybe this is your thing.
Well, actually,
have you priced match 22 ammo?
Yeah,
no, I haven't. I haven't.
Oh, dude.
What is going on now is that people are actually coming up with precision rifle competition for the 22. So it's going to be a whole new thing because now you can do it on ranges. You can reduce the range and the target size and do it on a 25-yard indoor range. You can do it on outdoor ranges. I mean, it's a lot of things that now you can do with this. And it's other than the win, and truthfully on outdoor range is the win. Dude, it's another competition. It's another firearms-related competition, and that's always good.
Oh, there's a market for this gun. There's absolutely a market for this gun. It's not me, but there's an absolute market for this gun, and it's a lot better than a lot of the things we've had on this show.
Yeah,
I know.
There's a market for this gun for anybody who actually knows how to shoot anything other than AR-15 and a Glock. So
me.
Hey, I just did a real quick search, and Cabela's has 50 rounds of Eli Match 22 for like $19.99. So
Eli, huh? Okay.
Yeah. E-L-E-Y, whatever that is.
Ely.
Whatever.
No, it's that dude that plays football, right? He's making ammo now.
No, I thought he retired.
No, man, that's Denzel Washington movie with the book.
Oh, is it?
I don't watch the sports ball. No sports ball. What are you talking about?
It's Book of Eli starring Denzel. I got you.
So those guns are a 22?
Yeah, they're all 22s in that movie.
Yeah, the whole movie's 22s.
I'm so confused.
It didn't take much.
Hey, did you guys see that to get your custom Cerakote, it's only $135?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, custom Cerakote colors. Cool. That's not bad, dude.
I'm confused because if these are built to order, why am I paying extra for a Cerakote job?
That's kind of what I was thinking.
I'm wondering, is that Cerakote job different than the ones you choose? You know what I mean? It has to be.
Oh. You mean like when Zane orders his in the purple rain pattern?
That's right.
You know it.
Yeah, and then
I think
he wants
if
the
you order
chassis
the standard
in purple rain.
Cerakote covers.
Can I get the Prince symbol on the chassis also?
You mean the artist formerly known as Prince?
The artist formerly known as, yes.
Well, yes, it has to be all purple though, right?
Taft Cap Rip.
But I'm really looking at it, and I think this is freaking awesome, and I think they should send me one because it's pretty much the only rifle we review that's Jersey legal.
And that's because it's a bolt action?
And that's because it's a bolt action.
Well, you do have an election coming up.
Yeah, we do have an election coming up. They need to get it here quickly before the new election.
Oh,
so
yes.
Please, if you're going to send it out, and put a really quality scope on it, too.
That's right.
Make sure you get it before you have to put one of those New York pistol grips on it. That's not a pistol grip.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Because I'm cheap, and there'll be an NC Star or a Tapco strap to the top of this if you bid on me.
Oh, you'd be running a good rifle, Tony.
Does that pistol grip look? That's a 90-degree angle coming off that.
It's a vertical pistol grip.
It's a vertical grip. It is.
Yeah.
It's almost
they call it their enhanced vertical grip. So
it's enhanced. All right.
I can't imagine that would be very comfortable to shoot like that, but I don't know.
I wouldn't think so, but when you look at, if you look at a lot of like bench rest stocks and stuff, they kind of have a straight thing there because, the people just kind of hold it in their hand and then kind of rest their thumb there. So it's almost natural holding on to it. You
do see people resting their thumb on the right above their index finger on the stock or on the side of the stock of their hand, just so they don't have in order to avoid wrapping it around the stock to
correct. Yes.
To try to mess with the point.
That's what I'm seeing on this, and that's what's on the actual next rifle. That's how they have them set up. So you actually do a kind of thumbs forward on the same side as everything else.
Well, yeah, this one's more designed to get your thumb kind of at like a 45 degree up in the air instead of
ramp looks like it points your thumb right at the bolt handle.
Yeah.
All right. It just seems like a really fun gun to have, especially in 22. You get to just go
especially if you can get it for free, right?
Oh, well, that too.
Yeah.
Free and food, two of my favorite 4-letter F words, and I'm leaving it at that.
Good.
No, but
I don't want to have to timestamp you.
It's really, 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 really cool.
Well, I'm glad I got somebody who thought something was cool in the show notes finally.
About time.
John's here. Do we want to go back to what you did in guns?
I have a feeling Tony already talked about it. As far as the class we did over the weekend. Yeah, a lot of behind the scenes stuff. You guys ever go on Facebook and you see some of this firearms related stuff and it's like defensive shootings and just pictures you're not really ready for, and they put like that warning on there that this is a graphic image and you have to click on it first. I got caught off guard by one of those photos that really should have had a warning on it. Oh God, it's haunted me for days at this point. It was Zane without his hat.
I don't always wear a hat.
Did he shave his beard?
But now we know like how he has money for ammo and stuff, because apparently he was the Geico caveman and he's still getting royalties from that.
That's it.
Hey, whatever pays the bills.
Why do you think I always wear a hat?
Yeah. Shooting glasses and the hat to maintain your secret identity.
Probably before his beard, right?
No, I still had a beard.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. No, I grew in when he was like 4. So
yes. Okay.
Yeah. Because he's a caveman.
That's it.
Right.
All right. Next item.
Right. Okay. Well, okay. For not the caveman out there. Next up, we have the new Savage A22. which is, if you've heard of their A17, which is in 17 HMR, this is basically the same thing in 22 long rifle. There's not much info on it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Go ahead.
Do your thing. It's not the same as HMR, the 17 HMR, because the 17 HMR is delayed blowback. This is actually a blowback, like regular 22 long rifle. Straight blowback.
Yes,
yeah.
Tony is correct. But basically, rotary magazine, detachable semi-auto, has their in it, and of it. There's not too much information on it. It's got it weighs 5.63 pounds. It's 40.5 inches long. The barrel is 21 inches long. It holds 10 rounds. MSRP is $281. And basically, by the looks of it, this is Savage's straight Ruger 1022. Put this in here because it's affordable. Like I was telling these guys, if I go down to my local store, this and the 1022 are pretty much now granted, we were saying earlier that the 1022 has all the aftermarket parts, but if you're leaving the rifle pretty much stock with iron sights on it, it's got a decent trigger, which, the Accu triggers aren't super, but they're a lot better than a lot of other triggers. Synthetic stock blue barrel. I'm assuming probably action. And that is it. I mean, I'd seriously think about buying one just because who doesn't need another 22 besides Zane?
It'd be a fun plinker.
Yeah, if it's one of those things where, like you said, you're not going to mess with it and you just want a 22 plinker, I think this is a great way to go. And, that Accu trigger, it's not, if you're a total trigger snob, it's not the greatest trigger going. But you compare that to any other out-of-the-box 22 trigger on a semi-auto, that's a pretty great trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want a 22, you're not going to mess with, like you say. And maybe you already have a Savage and you like my one bolt gun is other than my Mosin, my one bolt gun that I actually use is a Savage. And so I like the Accu.
Hey, so
I like the Accu trigger. So if I was going to get a 22, this would probably be it.
How do you adjust the Accu trigger? Do you have to take it apart and change springs, or is it just a little?
It has been.
You have to take the stock off usually, and then it comes with a little Allen wrench.
Okay.
And basically, you either screw it in or unscrew it, and it's got stops, so you can't go too far, and it basically just lightens and.
Yeah, I set mine probably 10 years ago and haven't touched it. I can't even remember how I did it.
Yeah, you probably took it, loosened it all the way up, so it's like 3 pounds, and left it.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah,
yeah. That's what I did. Just crank it all the way down to 1 pound. I said, "Okay, done. Set it and forget it."
I was looking at this and I was comparing it. Go ahead.
With the Accu triggers, I think with the ones I've had, I think the lightest is just ounce is what I could get it to, I think. And the rim for the 17 HMR I have, which uses, and it was more in the 3.5 pound range.
Yeah. The only problem I have with this, I wonder if there's a threaded barrel option.
Yeah, I didn't see anything.
A half by 28 threaded barrel would be really, really nice for this gun.
It'll come.
Yeah, probably, especially from Savage.
Yeah, I'm really thinking if Savage is serious about getting into the going head-to-head with Ruger, I think what they need to do is just jump on their aftermarket and do what Ruger's doing and make their own aftermarket stuff and not depend on the market to drop it. Now, how low does that Accu trigger get? 3 pounds?
That would be my guess.
3-ish plus.
All right. No, the reason I'm asking is because with the Accu trigger, because I have the stock Ruger now, and I also have the one with the BX trigger in it. That's about where the BX trigger supposedly is, between 2 1/4 and 3 pounds. So
I think 2 3/4.
Yeah,
2 3/4 and 3 pounds is
okay.
what they say.
Okay. I'm looking at it this way. You're ahead if you're going to leave your rifle stock. At least that part, you're ahead on the Savage gun. Sights are black on black. I mean, they don't have even the gold dot like the Rugers do. And, of course, they don't have the aftermarket support, so you can swap those sights out. Cooler things, though, with the Savages, the way you remove the bolt and take it apart, you can just run a rod straight through from the back to the front. So you can just run it straight
Oh, that's a big...
Yeah. I mean, I know some people take their Rugers and drill a hole in the rear, but this, you don't have to do that. You can just run a straight patch straight through. That's cool.
And I think more important than the weight is the actual feel of the trigger itself. Because, I mean, a trigger can be 6 pounds, but if it's a good trigger, it's a good trigger. And the Accu trigger is I'm not going to say it's a great trigger, but it's a decent trigger. For the money you're paying, it's a decent out-of-the-box trigger.
It's it's a real good out-of-the-box trigger as far as, regular production guns. And again, keeping in mind that this is a 22 long rifle, where normally you get a pretty crappy trigger, right? Like everything is kind of stiff and gritty and whatever, and it's generally not great. Unless and if you want a better trigger, you got to upgrade it. Right. Well, Henry's pretty kick butt. But again, we're not talking about semi-autos on a Henry. We're talking about a lever action.
Yes, true too.
Well, and it's also like Tony said earlier, fundamentals are a big part of it too.
Fundamentals are a huge part of it. But and the trigger does help with the brake. But other than that, it is fundamentals. But looking at this, and if you're somebody who just doesn't want to be another person that has a Ruger, this Savage semi-auto, and it also comes with sling swivels. Mm-hmm. So now the new Rugers do also, but this one at least has them built in because some of the older Rugers did not.
Did anybody get? So this is 281 at MSRP. Did anybody get like an actual street price on this?
They're that new. I haven't seen one.
Street price are probably about 260, 250, 260, depending on where you find it at.
Yeah, 249.
Yeah, it might be. I mean, sometimes
probably
it's $100 difference.
Probably like $350 in Jersey.
Oh,
yeah, and then you add another $150 to have it neutered because you probably can't have like a sling mount.
Like,
can you have a sling mount in Jersey, Tony?
Yeah, it just can't have a bayonet, pistol grip. Those
the fun stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the fun stuff.
I also like the fact that this thing's got a 21-inch barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot of the other 22s I have are 16, 18 inches. They're not real long. So getting that extra length, I think is going to make it a real good shooter. All right, so here's Brownells has it for $249.99.
Yeah, Chad, you were right.
I'm glad you found that.
I was thinking that I actually saw one downtown, and I think that was what it was priced at.
You figured that the receiver would have to be tapped so you can put a scope base on there, right?
Probably.
I would think so.
Yes.
It has Weaver mounts.
Okay.
It has Weaver mounts, so you
can use 22 Weaver mounts, those little narrow ones.
Yep.
No,
I think it said it has Weaver mounts. They didn't tell me which kind. I went looking.
Yeah, 22 mounts are not Weaver mounts. They're 22 mounts.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. If you want to find out more about this, I pretty much think is the same thing as the 22 Magnum, because I think that's blowback also. So I think if you look at the 22 Magnum version of this, whatever they call that,
it's the A22. I actually had that up on Cabela's just a second ago. It's also twice the cost, but
I think
that was 4 and change, but that could be Cabela's too.
No, but it's the same as the A17. It uses the
delayed blowback.
Okay. It uses delayed blowback, the 22 mag.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why it's more expensive. But I'm thinking it may still have a lot of the same features if you want to get in specifics of what it is. Because when I went through and tried to find it, I only found one person who actually did a review on it and had their hands on one. And let's just say, when it comes to features, not really that great when they run stuff down.
Okay, well, now we know that there's
Yeah, I'm
another
looking at
inexpensive 22 rifle on the shelves.
pictures on AmmoLand show it with the little short weaver mounts, the little short sections of rail, the 2-piece mount. You know what? If that comes in the box, that's a done deal, dude. That's great. Crossbolt safety, mag release. It doesn't look overly complicated. Unlike another 22 caliber semi-automatic we could mention.
Does it have a bolt hold open, or do we know?
No, it does not.
It's a bolt action.
It does not lock open. It doesn't lock open. It does not lock open on an empty mag on the last round. But it does have a bolt hold.
If you could lock it open yourself.
You can. Yes, you can lock it open yourself.
And it's probably easier to do than the stock.
Well, you don't like doing trick stuff just to lock the bolt open?
No, I always modify
Am I the only one who doesn't struggle with the 1022's bolt hold open?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess so.
You push the button, you pull the bolt back, and it stays open. What's the big deal?
What I find
get on my level, bro. You even operator?
People don't shoot their 22 enough to actually do that. Like, they break it out every now and again. For the most part, I think they don't really shoot it that much, and they don't figure it out. Mine a lot because I'm working on this VX trigger for review. So I'm shooting, and of course I can lock it back easily now. It's no big deal, but you got to get used to it. Just like tearing that 1022 apart and putting it back together again. That's a pain.
Oh, you mean a Mark 1, 2?
That's the only thing that's obnoxious.
Yeah, that's what I mean. No. I mean the Ruger 1022 is getting that charging handle back in like it's supposed to.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. I gotcha. Okay, so next up we have a pistol by Tactical Solutions. They don't give us much information. It is their TLP 22 pistol. Basically, it's new for 2017. When I saw it, it's supposedly releasing in July. Well, July is about over, and I haven't found anything yet. But it's $1,150. So, but it basically looks like a cross between the Smith & Wesson Victory and Browning Buckmark. Basically, they took all their parts and they made a custom. They milled out a custom aluminum frame for it. I couldn't find what kind of magazines it uses, if they're proprietary or somebody. But basically, the upper is their pack light upper. So we got that. You can get it in a 4-inch barrel, 11-inch barrel, with flutes, without flutes, gray, OD green, black. You know, the standard. It's got some decent G10 grips on it. Besides that, I couldn't really more information on it. So
yeah, we're gonna have to.
It's kind of just a teaser.
Yeah,
and the barrel looks like right, like it's threaded.
Yeah,
and some of the pictures,
yes, on it.
It should,
at least on a 5.5.
Yeah. If Tactical Solutions,
there's an article on the Firearm blog with a can attached to it. So
yeah,
I assume.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Right. And I, considering what Tactical Solutions does, I would guess that they're all going to be threaded.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It goes somewhere they can't
be.
Yeah.
How do we feel about this $1,150 price tag?
I think they're smoking
That's
crack.
the problem.
That's a lot of money.
I mean,
it's a hell of a lot of money. And I like Tactical Solutions, right? Like I dig them, but yeah, that's oof. I'm thinking
and we don't
7
even know
and
what it
change.
is. We don't even know what this gun is. We have no idea. Like, there's no specifications on it. I mean, what's the trigger weight? What kind of mags does it use? You know, like anything.
We use the best kind, obviously.
That's
unobtainium.
That's
just
basically all
money.
I got.
Well, here's the thing with Volquartsen, we're talking $1,200 up to $1,800, and then you can get into the area where you want to get something that's custom. Volquartsen is crazy too.
You're dealing with about the same price model so I guess the price isn't out of reach if it does everything that we would expect for basically a 22 pistol in this price range.
If the features are there, there's going to be a market for it, like the rifle we talked about. There's going to be a market for it. It's not going to be me, but there's going to be a market for it. You know.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, we know it's not going to be you.
Well, I look at it this way. If this is what you want to do, cool. But it seems to me if you can buy their upper for less than $400 and put it on your Ruger already, that you probably have thousands of rounds through and know the trigger pull on it and everything else about it. So why would I do this again? Like I can buy the same.
It's a hard sell, and that's what I'm looking at. Comparatively, it's a hard sell, unless you really like those 5 little rectangles they cut into the frame.
Yeah, it's like, oh great, I can get G10 grips, dude. A pocket knife at the gas station has G10 grips at this point.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, I figured, hey, we're doing the 22 episode. We might as well throw this new product in there and see how much we can brag on it. Besides, it was one of the few 22 pistols I could find that's actually new.
And not just a reboot of a current model?
Right.
Correct.
That then gets recalled.
New.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since there's not much info on it.
My thing is, there's a market for it if you're going to buy high-end 22s, I guess. But again, the same company makes the upper for pretty much everything out there. If you want a pack light, you can get what for the Rugers, and I think they do the pack light upper for the Buckmark.
Correct.
Yeah, so they have both of those, and those are the most common. Like nobody who has a Colt Woodsman is gonna put anything on that sucker. They'll leave it just like it is. And anybody with their Smith & Wesson thing, I think Volquartsen is taking care of the Smith & Wesson 22. So they're doing all the work on that. So again, I'd have Smith & Wesson, Ruger behind those 3. Or I can mess around and see if Tactical Solutions knows what they're doing when they build.
Listen, there's only one way to find out for sure, and that's for Tactical Solutions to send one to each of us except Zane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do
for testing and review.
I wouldn't
so we can
mad.
determine.
And I've got some suppressors. We can test the suppressibility of the pistol. Mm-hmm.
There you go. I'm just going to shoot the shit out of it.
Nice. And I really think what they should really do, though, is send Zane the Glock conversion.
Oh, yes, the 22 Glock conversion.
Yes, the 22 Glock conversion for the TSG 22. So he could have that and just see what a joy it is to send 22 rounds downrange.
I'd rather shoot a BB gun. I'd rather shoot a BB gun.
We would. It's just,
wow.
It's even cheaper.
They're going to contact us and they're going to say, okay, we heard your podcast. We want to send one of these to Zane and only Zane.
Yeah, right. That'd be our luck. They take pity on him because we.
Zane's going to get it.
Be like, great, now I got to buy 22 ammo so I can review this thing.
Oh my God.
They don't get it. I'll go down and Rob will do the review.
Well, that's the funny part.
Oh, yeah, same state.
They'll call back. They'll call back going, hi, yes, is this Zane's FFL? Has he picked it up yet? The guy goes, yeah, Zane called and said he's not shopping here anymore. Zane said he's buying all of his guns at Cabela's from now on.
No, Gander Mountain.
Bass Pro. Yeah. Okay, so maybe someday we'll have to revisit that when they have real information on it.
Uh-huh.
There's no listener feedback this week, so I guess we got to turn it over to Tony for his Second is for Everyone diversity shoot. Tony?
Second is for everyone. Second is for everyone. Diversity shooter. I'll be talking about this tomorrow on Gun for Hire Radio. So listen to me Sunday when they broadcast. Look on iTunes and find Gun for Hire Radio and download me babbling about something you hear about every week. August 3rd is the next Second is for Everyone diversity shoot. Trying to figure out what cool guns we're going to bring to this one. It's going to be fun. Going to have over 200 rental guns for free for attendees that day. So if you want to check out something, come check it out. If you're going to get an off duty, if you're going to get a second firearm and you just want to get some trigger time on something, come look at their wall of 200 firearms and pick one out. You just have to buy range ammo for it. That's the only thing. We're going to have pizza. We're going to have prizes. What else? Oh, T-shirts. We're going to have 2A, 4E T-shirts. I don't know if I'm going to have any there for the event. I'm going to try. Going to find out if he can send me some before. If not, you can go to diversityshoot.com, help us out, buy a T-shirt. The money actually kicks in, and we're going to try to do a lot of stuff this year with the cash from this. We don't get much, but we get something. So if you can
How much longer are the shirts on sale for?
Shirts on sale until August 30th. If they're successful and people want stuff, we might have to come up with a different shirt. These shirts are only going to be on sale till August 30th. The ones that say what these say on them. I'm thinking of new stuff to do, maybe, but pretty much these are limited edition shirts. This is the first run, and if you don't get in on this, like
gone forever.
No, it's just gone. Sean did a great thing. He actually bootlegged the shirts and got them done, and I think it's pretty cool. And if you're not in on it, then you missed out on the really cool initial run of these.
Hey, did you mention that awesome shirt you got over the weekend?
Yes,
I know I was late for the show, but
oh yeah, he talked about it.
I'll post pictures of it tomorrow on Instagram.
He talked about deflagration and something about he hates this shirt.
He actually said that word, huh? He's probably gonna go wash his mouth out.
He said it wrong though. I don't know exactly how
I said it wrong, and I said it wrong intentionally. And if anybody wants to know what deflagration is, you need to look it up.
There's a thing called Google.
No, I'm speaking like Jake now. I'm going to just mispronunciate words. Yes, I know what I said.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Second is for Everyone diversity shoot. It's a lot of fun. What we try to do is get people from all backgrounds, no matter what you are, who you are, what your race, religion, sexual orientation. If you've never shot a gun, or if you're the gun guy at work and you got a couple of people that always ask you to take them shooting.
Or you could be a caveman who hates 22s.
No, he can stay away. Anyway, we don't want clothes like people like Zane.
No,
it's about diversity.
Hey man, if you like 22, I don't got nothing against it.
But no, it's a fun event. What we try to do is just welcome all people, introduce them to real firearms owners, Second Amendment groups. This time I'm going to have some paperwork. So if you want to get your New Jersey pistol purchase permit paperwork or your firearms ID card paperwork started, I'm going to have some, so I'll hand it out to you. I have not found out if the NRA ILA will have a rep at this particular one, but I know John Willett from Bear Arms Podcast and NJ SafeCon, which is the New Jersey Second Amendment Educational Conference. He's going to be there. So we're going to have some cool people there. We're going to educate you about Second Amendment in New Jersey, Second Amendment in general, what you can do to actually grow the 2A community. We're going to have food. We're going to have really cool prizes. Jeff Valdez donated, looks like almost everything he's won over the last 2 years. He donated it back to the event.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Jeff has helped us out at so many events and won so many bags. And again, each one of these bags are worth about $100. It's like he kept what he wanted and just donated a ton of stuff back, which it's really amazing. So that's going to be bagged up again. And there's pretty much Jeff gift bags at this point that people are going to have a chance to win really cool stuff. And I have some cool...
that's killer. You should do special bags that like there's 3 Jeff bags you can win at the event.
Okay.
Apart from your regular bags, do 1 Jeff bag.
I think that's pretty awesome. I mean, he didn't have to do that. We have some great people here. Crossbreed Holsters donated a Super Tuck. Crossbreed Super Tuck. Certificate. Just a certificate that you could win. And you get the certificate, contact Crossbreed, and they send you a holster for your pistol. I've had 2 people win that and donated it back to the shoot.
Because they can't concealed carry. And
yeah, but still, it's still a no. People travel. It's a cross tuck. It's a super tuck from Crossbreed. And
side note, a lot of people get out of state carry permits so that when they're on vacation or if they travel for business or whatever else, because they understand that yes, I'm stuck in this terrible little belly button of a state, but I'm free in the rest of the country. So they get their non-resident permits from Utah, Florida, New Hampshire, and they carry in several other states when they travel.
They carry in 30-something other states.
Exactly.
But here's the crazy thing. These people all donated it back because they felt they didn't carry enough. So what I've done, Crossbreed again helped us out in NRA, some belts. So I've been contacting people to set up a diversity shoot in Pennsylvania. So what I plan on doing in a Pennsylvania shoot is a holster and a belt. So pretty much it's a carry kit. You're going to get a belt from Crossbreed and a Super Tuck holster from Crossbreed. I'm doing it as a package deal.
Awesome.
Yeah. I just want this thing to work out. I want people to be excited about coming to the events, winning cool prizes. And again, it's like $10 in the door. Plus we have food, we have swag bags, and we have awesome gifts. We want to make the second is for everyone into an event that you go, oh my goodness, they're having one, let's roll. We got to make it, and you tell your friends about it. And we want to make it welcoming enough that boyfriend, friend, whatever the heck you have that actually has asked you a couple of questions about firearms and Second Amendment related matters, that we're not going to intimidate them. Come in. We want to welcome all people. We want to get them some trigger time because really everybody knows the way you recruit new people into the firearms community is get them to pull a trigger.
No kidding.
Sending rounds down the range, they see how much fun it is. They meet decent people. They find out that there's just a huge diverse community that we have, and we can grow this. And that's how you do this. We do this one person at a time. If there are 100 million gun owners, if everybody just makes it their mission this year to recruit one new person, think about that. That's insane. Yep. Doesn't sound like it's really hard to do if you think about it. Just get one person who's not shot before to come to the range once. If they don't like it, let it go. But if you can get them to keep coming to the range, sooner or later they're going to buy something. Sooner or later they'll become a gun owner. So that's my diversity shoot thing. Sorry, I ran off. I got a little excited about it. So thanks as always.
That's okay.
Thanks as always to let us run because I know you're old and you want to go eat. Thanks a lot.
What do you mean? It's past my bedtime. So
lock's gonna be on. You're gonna stay up to watch it.
Yeah. So send questions or comments to gungearreview@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review so that we can actually their feedback once in a while. Check out all the other shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. Be sure to visit the Firearms Insider for reviews and industry coverage. Follow us at Firearms Insider on Instagram, and there most likely will not be a show next week because I will be out Tuesday. But there's thoughts, Ryan and I doing a little short one while we're at TriggerCon. So that may or may not happen, but we will see you again in a couple weeks.
Hey, you guys going to do it, what? You planning on doing it during TriggerCon, before, after, what? Or you don't know yet?
We'll probably one evening while we're, drinking or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There you go. That would be the good one.
A drunk episode.
There you go.
The drunk episode. Yep.
Yeah, make sure that's a live episode. No going back and editing stuff out. Hey, so I got to tell you, I thought this was really fun that you kind of picked a topic to torment Zane a little bit, and he's always a good sport, and that's why we love him. But I think we should do this
Oh,
again.
he's a great sport.
After the show, well, he puts up with me at all, which makes him wonderful as far as I'm concerned. But I think this was a fun concept in that we kind of picked something that he's not crazy about. And I think we should talk after the show, figure out what everybody's meh gun category is, and revisit this maybe once a month and go, all right, so here's the meh episode for Chad with the things that he's not real crazy about.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool because, you know, we all have something in the firearms industry gun wise that we're just like, big deal.
Right.
Great.
Meh.
We got to have a 300 blackout episode coming up.
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
well,
think it's a fun concept, and we should revisit this. That's all.
Yep.
Meh.